Let's go, Pita. Great to see you once again. You are taking on Bella Picard, this time at 115, Power Slap number 13. We're just over a week away right now from that match. How excited are you going into this one?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I honestly, I think it. It's June 27th. That's the date. That's my birthday. I love competing on my birthday. There's something just like every judo tournament I had on my birthday was like awesome. I always won. I don't know. I just love any kind of competition. So like doing what I love on my birthday, like hell yeah.
Let's get slapped in the face on your birthday.
Oh
It's
yeah, I
exciting.
guess let's do that. Dude, my mom probably hits me harder on my birthday than anybody could slap me. So
That's
every
awesome.
year, that's what she does. Every year, the second she sees me, if it's not like right on the day, the second she sees me, she's like, 1, 2, and then but once I started getting older, she was like, my hand hurts. She doesn't hit me in the face, but man, that woman can. Whew, that woman has a hand.
That's hilarious. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Is it kind of bittersweet for you or extra motivation to try to avenge your loss to Jayme Hinshaw?
Yeah, it's not something I even think about. I know that last time I did everything I possibly could. I mean, I studied, I did, but like there was nobody in Vegas. Like I tried reaching out to some people, but there was nobody here to actually like help me, like an actual someone who has actually done power slap. You know what I mean? And all like having like the combine, all that stuff that they like, all the training camps and whatnot. Oh my gosh, it's just completely different. I feel like it's not even. It's like day and night. There's like no real. I don't know. There's no comparison. Like just knowledge wise, what I know now is just literally night and day. So,
I was going to ask you what's different now in your life, as a whole as you prepare.
oh gosh, my life is so different now. Now it's me, like I'm doing everything, like managing and all that. My ex was my manager as well, so like they're no longer in the picture. Um, and there's something about going back to like who Pita was, finding yourself again when you're with someone for almost a decade, not that you lose yourself, but you kind of do because there's always someone else you have to take in consideration. Other people are doing the business side of things. There's just a lot. And I don't know, doing it all on your own in that hustle, man, it like pushes me. I love it. I love it. I love like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I need that in my life. Um, yeah, I probably wasn't in the best headspace last time. I could admit that. It was a lot of unknowns and not a lot of not really knowing what was going on. Obviously ending like that long of a relationship is going to affect you regardless. You know what I mean? But I mean, that person doesn't get any more energy or time from me. So I just putting all my energy and really going back to who the hell PETA is. You know what I mean? PETA stands for pain in the ass. I've had that nickname longer than my given name. Like, how can I don't know. I remember who that girl is. Like, I was 7 years old, and all I wanted to do was be the greatest athlete that ever lived. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know anything else, but that's what I knew, and that's what drove me.
Yeah, absolutely. What can we expect from you then with that revelation that you've had?
Uh, Me, like the real PETA, I would say. I think I was not all there, and you're not all there mentally, and even though you can convince yourself you are, I've had to compete in the worst of circumstances with deaths and this and everything, and it's tough, and you just bite down and keep going, that's all I really know, and so, but man, gosh, I can't explain the headspace. It's just so nice now.
Yeah, like, do you feel like you're at a place now in your life, kind of where you were when you started your MMA career, when you racked up 4 or 5 victories in a row to start?
Yeah, I would actually say that. It's a lot more excitement, like a new, like even just switching it up and doing power slap, like it's something new, it's something fun, and I think when that happens too, like you start to remember. I think that was the best analogy you could have given me is that PETA when I was starting my career in MMA, and yeah, I don't know, it's so hard to explain or describe, but it just I just feel so different. Like happy, I should say.
That's great to hear. What do you know about Bella Picard?
Nothing, to be honest. I don't really care who's in front of me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's slapping, you
Yeah.
know, so I don't know. I don't know anything, which I'm fine. I mean, growing up, when you compete at judo tournaments, you're going in female after female after female. I mean, you can't know everybody, what they do, who they are. You might get lucky and know if they're a right-handed or left-handed, but other than that, I mean, you don't really always get to know, and you don't know who's going to win and who you're going to fight and all that, you know. So to me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the job, there's only one job, and going to show up and do it.
Does it make it harder or easier not knowing for you mentally getting ready?
I don't
You seem
know
to
if
embrace it.
yeah, I don't think I really know much else. It's if I was so concerned about who I was going with against and this and that and what they do, well then I'm just putting energy into that person. You know, I need to like every ounce of energy and time and breath that I take needs to go to myself so I can go out there and perform and do what I have to do.
I hear you. How difficult was it for you to acclimatize to fight week in Power Slap versus MMA? And do you feel that, now that you have gone through that, it's going to potentially make your preparation easier compared to Bella, who's going through that the first time, which you did last time you fought Jayme?
Yeah, I don't know that, and I mean, I have a very like I've been competing my whole life. You know, I have a very strict regimen of what I do, literally 10 weeks out, 8 weeks out, you know, leading literally to 7 days out, 6 days. And then there's like a flip that I just switch, boom, and it's time. And I've just trained my body to do that. My sports psych at the Olympic Training Center taught me that about like organizing my thoughts. And that was years and years and years ago. And it was the most valuable information I've ever received, ever. Because if you're, it's hard when your thoughts aren't organized. You're thinking about this, you're thinking about that, you're doing this, that, you know, and it's too much. Like you need to think about what you have to do. What can you focus on right this second? You can't be thinking about after the fight if you haven't even fought yet. You know what I mean? You can't be thinking about what you're gonna have, like for dinner after when you know, you haven't even like weighed in yet. You know, like you have to concentrate on what's in front of you, and that's you know that's what's important, in my opinion. Other people do it differently. I think when you go through it the first time, you don't. There are a lot of unknowns. You don't know what it's gonna feel like to get slapped for real. You know, you just standing there and taking it. You know, you don't know what it's gonna feel like. How how wide the podium is, how narrow the podium is, how tall is it. You know, there's so many things that you just don't know, and so and the rules too, the rules definitely, even though I studied those things like crazy, apparently I didn't get them down, but it is what it is, and that's why I did the homework. I figured it out. Any opportunity I was able to go to those training camps and train, I was there. I was not going to miss an opportunity. So yeah, I think it really doesn't. I think there are pros and cons to both, maybe. Depends on the athlete, really.
Yeah. Do you feel that there's more pressure for you competing at home? Obviously, you're a Las Vegas local, or do you think it's easier just having that familiarity and just keeping to your status quo day to day as you talk about as you prep?
Yeah. You know what? They keep us so busy fight week, and we get a hotel, so it doesn't really feel like it's my home base. It kind of feels like, hey, all right, even though I'm just traveling across the street where we're staying, like literally we're staying across the street from my house. So like it's you know, no, it feels the same to me. Nothing really feels different. It's business. It's time to go, man.
Why should people tune in to watch this fight?
Like mine in particular, or the whole card?
Yeah, your fight.
I want people to tune in to see what I've learned and see like the work that I put in and whatnot. Because man, even though I thought I was prepped and ready and I worked my ass off last time, like it's nothing compared to the knowledge I have now. So I'm really excited to show people what I've changed up, what I do. I mean, it's not even, it's like day and night when it comes to that person or this person as far as understanding the sport and all of that. yeah, I mean, it's like they need to tune in because it's someone totally different, really.
Are we gonna get the first knockout in 115?
I fucking hope so, man. Like, you know what? I like 115 pounds at the end of the day is not a lot of weight, you know. But I also have one punch shattered a girl's jaw in a fight, so I think anything is possible. Absolutely, you know. I don't believe in. I I'm not one of those people that ever set limits for myself whatsoever. I feel like I'm a firm believer in making the impossible possible. But I think Selena had a quote like that or something, but it's very, very true. I mean, so yeah, I would absolutely love a knockout, you know, and I mean, that's what I'm training for and that's what I'm ready for.
For sure. If Bella's watches this interview, what do you want to say to her?
Nice to meet you. Like, I don't know. I don't really talk to my opponents or anything, you know. I don't. We can chat it up after, and all is well. But you know, we both signed a contract, and when we get in there, we're both gonna do what we're, you know, signed up to do.
Awesome. I appreciate taking time to do this. Much
Yeah.
respect. We'll see you again next week in Las Vegas. Take care.
All right. Can't wait to see you guys. Tune in, definitely.